So contrary to popular belief, I don't have a massive Robot Combat collection, but the stuff I do have, I hold very dear to me, as most combat robot fans I imagine would. So I thought, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about things that I've got and enjoy the fact that I have them, and relinquish ourselves in the fact that you don't have to have a massive collection to be a big fan. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself that, you know? So here's my massive Robot Combat collection, which is 90% Robot Wars. I think, yeah, 90% Robot Wars. Well, I'm not really going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to go over the first thing I see, and I've just put them all neatly on the side here. So, yeah. So, firstly, we have this very beat-up copy of Robot Wars Extreme, the official guide. Loved going through this book. This actually got me into a lot of robots that I had no idea existed, because there's some from Extreme Warriors and the World Championship and Series 6, or at least I think it's Extreme Warriors. Maybe I'm talking out my arse here. But there was one picture in this book that I really, really, really loved. This bit here where it says "in the battle zone," right? I love the lighting on, well, the lack of lighting in these photos. They look amazing. I'm very, they've got to have been photocopied or something by someone. You know how the wiki's fucking extensive, so they must have done. But these are lovely photos, and it does make me wish that more photos from earlier series of Robot Wars had like come to light, because the photos we have of older series like 1, 2 and 3 and 4, they look amazing. Like I think it's one of the best photos from a Robot Wars fight was the series 3 fight between RoboCow and General Carnage, and that was one of the lamest fights of the series. There is something to love about this book, and it holds a special place in my heart. So yeah, that's the first bit, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of this, even though some of the pages have been ripped to shreds and some are not even, they're like non-existent, but a well-worn copy. Next up, Robot Wars Arenas of Destruction. I have 2 copies of this actually. Oh, and the disc is falling out. Yep, I still got the disc. And still got the manual. I've never actually read the manual, or at least I don't think I have. Oh! That's a nice little photo of the Series 4 arena, obscured by some sparks. Never noticed that. That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, you know what? I'm going to look through this.
Glove. Let me adorn you.
Okay, I was a little disappointed there wasn't any more photos like this, but that Series 4 promo photo, they used that to they used it on everything. It's just like, we got to use this photo constantly. We got to put it in the cover. We've got to put it in every promo photo of Robot Wars we ever do. So iconic. Next up, Ultimate Warrior Collection, House Robots, Razor, Hypnodisc. No Chaos 2 though. Used to have Chaos 2. Don't know what we did with it. Probably got lost to time. But I remember at one point we did have Chaos 2. Maybe we like rented it from Blockbuster or something. But yeah, these aren't original copies. I actually got these, I think, at a used DVD store in Brighton. And if I am correct, it is I think it's in the open market in Brighton. If anyone is familiar with Brighton, the open market, they have like this stall of just like DVDs, used DVDs that are going for super cheap, and they had these, which was fucking incredible, you know. So shout out to the open market, shout out to Brighton. I want to move back there someday. Next up, this VHS copy of Robot Wars the First World Championship and US Robot Wars 96. Again, one of the things I didn't initially have, but I bought on eBay, because Robot Wars 96 is awesome. It's a great competition. First use of a Shremek, and a successful Shremek in Biohazard, which predated Cassius by just over 2 years, or just under 2 years. Like, amazing. Seeing how much the sport of robot combat had changed from 94 to 96 and seeing actual good machines fight each other, because it was not only Biohazard, it was Vlad the Impaler, that was their first year. La Machine was a heavyweight. Dumor, like, a lot of people don't really give a shit about Dumor. Dumor's awesome. It's just a fucking dome with a spike. That's awesome. It looks like the future, or the 90s perception of the future. Like a lot of great machines in 96. I think Spunky Monkey also was 96. So shout out to Gary Klein, rest in peace. Great little double pack. Wish they did more of these. I don't have the First World Championship as its own copy. There was a post on Facebook where someone had a stockpile of unopened Robot Wars stuff, and one of the things they had was the Robot Wars First World Championship VHS thing. I don't know if it's already gone on eBay. I probably have missed it, but I would like to have that. That would be awesome. What else is there? If we're gonna go over with the VHS stuff, Robot Wars The First Great War doesn't have the tin. I don't have the tin. I used to have the tin, but I do not now. This was also something I rebought on eBay when I got really, really into buying VHS tapes as a 27-year-old white man. The sleeve is looking a bit in tatters, but it works. It's Robot Wars The First Great War, and I love this. Polygram video, because this was the only time Polygram distributed anything Robot Wars related. It's not even called Robot Wars The First Great War, it's just called Robot Wars. The whoever did the graphic design on this tape, it's shit. That's not Robot Wars. You like compare that to this, the double pack, where it has the Bank Gothic font and is more in line with the branding of Robot Wars. It was just probably some fella at Polygram who was just like, oh yeah, let's just slap the Robot Wars logo with no backdrop or anything. When did this come out? Because this would have been like 98 or 99. It came out in 99. So in or around the time that Series 2 and Series 3 was airing. Still has a special place in my heart. This tape was the first exposure of Robot Wars Series 1 to me, because I don't think it ever actually aired at all after its initial run and the rerun not long after on BBC 2. So yeah, this was the first time I ever saw anything Series 1 related, and it was a lot long after until I saw anything Series 2 related. So a lot of people will say, yeah, no shit, because Series 2 sucked, but I like Series 1 and Series 2. Stop being a bitch about it. Like Series 1, 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 like Series 1! Okay, next up, we're gonna go into the BattleBot stuff, and it's this motherfucking book, Gearheads by Brad Stone, which, Bank Gothic, even though this isn't a UK Robot Wars thing, this is the Bible of combat robots here, they're still using Bank Gothic. Fuck yeah. And Brad Stone, what's a legend, interviewed Mark Thorpe, all the OGs from Robot Wars 96. Somehow also got in an interview with Steve Plotnicki on this thing. This is quite literally the Bible, the Holy Grail. Like everything that we know about the court case between Mark Thorpe and Steve Plotnicki, the reason why Robot Wars ended in the USA, started in the UK, and BattleBot started. All of the answers are in here, and it's an insane book. And some of the stories in here are absolutely bonkers. There's like one story where Greg Munson and Trey Roski got into a fight because Greg accidentally left Trey out in the cold in the middle of a Hamburg German winter when Robot Wars were doing a tour in Germany. Which, did you know US Robot Wars did a tour in Germany? Fucking crazy. And yeah, there's some insane stories in this and some insane photos. Have you hugged your robot today? Now, the next bit is the first piece of merch, and the only piece of merch that I happen to have on this side. I have more merch, I promise, but this is the only one I could actually find. This is the Ripperoni shirt that I got for Christmas. I think my girlfriend got it for me, or I bought it for myself. Can't remember which one. I'm sorry, Hayley. I love you. If you did buy this for me, thank you. I love you. I'm sorry I already forgot the fact that it's been 3 months, but it's an awesome shirt. and it came with stickers and a Ripperoni Christmas ornament, which was lovely, and we got to put it on the tree, and that was fantastic. So shout out to the Ripperoni team, shout out to Anna and the rest of the gang for making an awesome robot and for making awesome merch. The other shirt that I have is a Bristol Bot Builders Beetle Brawl 2024 shirt, and I bought it because it was a nod to the original US Robot Wars event, and the moment I saw that I was like, I am doing everything in my power to make sure I buy this. It was limited stock. It was meant to be that you would go to the event and you would buy the shirt, but I couldn't go to the event. I emailed Joe Brown, told him the situation. I told him, don't bother giving me a refund, it's fine. And he responded with, you know, I could just ship it over to you. And then I was like, yeah, okay. And so I sent him the shipping and I got the shirt. The only proof of me wearing this shirt is a video of me trying to do an impression of M2's Flipper. Which I also had, I think, an eruption cap on, so 2 for 1. So the last piece of merch or memorabilia that I have is something that I think is the most historically significant. I don't know if anyone outside of the original event has a copy of this, but it is an original program for Robot Wars 1997 USA. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I think it's Mark Cabana that did the artwork. Absolutely beautiful. There's a Dalek on the back, which is insane to me. This was a really, really interesting read because the contestants shown here, some of them didn't show up at all in any of the fights. So this being given to me, it was given to me by Mike Winter, by the way, the father of Lisa Winter, who were both at Robot Wars 97. They were there with Doughboy and I think X7, which was a cluster bot. I think the first cluster bot in Robot Wars. There was a lot of bots in the contestants list that didn't make it to the actual event. And so we got a little bit of information about some robots that most of us didn't know existed. So that was very cool. Mike Winter emailed me one day saying that he was going to be in London to watch Eurovision, which, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we met up in London. We just explored around London. We spoke about robots. He seemed quite shocked at how much I know, and I wish he knew how much my friends knew, which is a lot more than me. Like, some of these guys are insane. He told me some stories about his time in Series 3. Apparently he had gone into like a McDonald's or something like that and asked people if they wanted to see robots fight. I think he was with Rex Garrett at the time when he was saying this, which I thought was really funny. So they couldn't even get people to be in the crowd, so they just asked people if they wanted to come to Robot Wars in Elstree. Really fucking funny. Really funny story. We spoke about World Championship 7. We spoke about a whole bunch of shit, and it was great. It was a really great time, and yeah, what a cool guy. And what a cool little piece of memorabilia he gave me, because I had recently uploaded a video about Robot Wars 97, and yeah, what a nice thing he gave me, and I will treasure it forever and ever. So yeah, that's really it. I'm sure there's more little bits of Combat Robot memorabilia hanging around somewhere in this house. I have a little mural of a lot of the pullbacks. Like, obviously I've got a shit ton of pullbacks, and I bought a original US Robot Wars 1996 shirt that will be coming, but my friends on some Discord servers have been roasting me because there's some really nasty stains on it. So I want to prove them wrong and get the stains off and then wear it, and it will look great. So Billy Mays, you better not be fucking lying about OxyClean, because I'm gonna fucking need it. So yeah, that's about it. Like, I'm sure there's other stuff that I have lying around, but I'm not going to bother finding it. I thought this would just be a fun little video where I show off some stuff. And yeah, subscribe to CJC.